Let me turn on the music. Also, tell me if the music is too loud. Stanford, hi! We're gonna try to do an animation stream. Yeah, OBS made it look like the music was loud as fuck. So I'm just gonna keep it like down there. I think that's fine. Um, but yeah, we're just gonna have a chill stream tonight, working on one of my videos. Yeah. Oh, let me. Chat went down for some reason. Oopsie. There we go. I can't join this right now, but I love your animation. Thank you so much. Choco goodness. Thank you so much. Working on another animation. It'll come out someday. I have so many animations that I'm like working on, but I never end up like finishing. So I'm actually like kind of close to finishing this one. So hopefully I'll be able to finish it, and then this might come out 2 or 3 weeks from now. I don't know. We'll see. I have another video that I want to get out before this one gets out. I love your art. Thank you so much, Extanter. I'm trying to make my animations a little more dynamic. As you can see, like the poses and everything is uh a little more animated. um yeah. No problem, we'll watch this later, have fun. Thank you. Have fun too. Yo, you're not dead. Hi, Rizzy. I don't have my glasses on. I thought it said Rizzle. I'm not dead. I was gonna post a video yesterday, but it wasn't done in time, so I was gonna post it today, but I started stressing out. So I decided, um, I'll post it whenever I want to. That's my new rule. I will be posting videos whenever I want to, whenever they're done, and whenever I want to post them. Because stressing out about schedules makes me not live an actual life. Because I can only get weekly videos done if I'm not hanging out with friends, not spending time with my literal wife, not doing so many things that I want to do. So, yeah. Sorry, it's been a little bit since I've actually posted a video, like a proper video, or even like streamed. Um, but I've just been like, I've been busy. I'm going to college in like a month. I have to do so much shopping, and my school still hasn't put out roommate assignments, even though they said they were going to do that already. And I have to do a bunch of stuff with FAFSA because apparently they like didn't process stuff for me like properly. College is a scam. Not even in college yet, and I can already tell it's a scam. Um, when Panic Attack do the Macarena, I'll be doing the hot to go dance every single time I have a panic attack from now on. Um, do you have any tips for animation making? Do a lot of it. I think I can look back on like my earliest animations and I can tell that I was having a lot of fun with what I was doing, even if I don't think it was good. And I think like the two biggest things are like make sure that you like what you're doing, like you're having fun, you're enjoying the process, you're proud of what you're making, and also just do it a ton. Like I think I'm a pretty okay animator right now, but like this is the animation that I'm doing right now is so detailed and so intense. I would not have the skill to do something like this, like even 2 or 3 years ago. Um, I only got better at it by doing it a ton. So do it because you like it, and then keep doing it, and you'll get better at it, and you'll be able to do even crazier things that you also like and have fun doing. That's my advice. Can you turn up the microphone? Yeah. Hopefully. that helps a little bit. I turned it up on OBS, but if that's not enough, just tell me. Um, Chat went away. Oh. Who resurrected you? Um, me posting a YouTube short earlier for my outfit. I was like, man, YouTube is fun when I don't actually care. So I was like, I should live stream tonight because, like, I don't know, I have fun live streaming. I can just like be myself and not super care what's happening because things are like super low stakes. There's no set schedule and no script and nothing. I can just do whatever I want and have fun. I don't think I did the eyebrows for the last frame. I can't remember. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl has such a banging soundtrack. I'm so glad they like put this as like copyright-free music finally, so you can use it for streams and stuff. Sounds good? Great. Common Loiter W. Oh, the best song in Diamond and Pearl. Hi Kaden, welcome. We're just drawing right now. No, I did color in the eyebrow. What was I thinking about? Why did I think I didn't color in the eyebrow? Weird. Also, I know I technically already finished my whole like spiel about like tips for animation and stuff, but like I don't know. It's something that I just want to casually keep talking about during the stream, I guess, because now it's on my mind. I'm animating this in a completely free open source software. And I spent years like trying to figure out what's the best software to animate in, and you know, what's like a good like industry standard one that I should start learning. And here's the thing. I'm gonna have to learn industry standard stuff because I'm going to animation school, but if you're just doing it because you want to do it, use whatever software works for you. Like, you don't need to buy one. There are free ones out there that are really comprehensive and like really good. OpenTunes is great. Obviously I'm doing this in Krita. I make all my videos in Krita. There's a ton of like just random online ones that work great. So just do whatever. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I had a thought, but I can't formulate it. But like, the quality of your work is not going to be defined on how you make it, like the software you use and stuff like that. Like, again, everything I do is in free open source softwares, and I think my stuff looks pretty good. You can do anything. You follow your dreams. You can do anything you set your heart to. Do you want to know what my favorite song from Steven Universe in season 5? Season 5 has so many good songs though. Like, I don't know, Change Your Mind is a good song. Also, yes, please tell me. But like, Change Your Mind, the final song is really good. I really like the Let Me Drive My Van to Your Heart cover by Sadie in the finale too. God, Escapism. I remember when Escapism was just like a leaked song, and we didn't know who was gonna sing it or what it was gonna be over, and people were making animatics to it. I have an animatic to it somewhere on my old computer. I made it when I was like 12 years old. But yeah, season 5 is full of great songs. So what is your favorite song? It has to be Escapism and Let's Only Think About Love. Let's Only Think About Love was like probably my favorite Steven Universe song, but I had the slight issue of Spotify playing it on repeat. Like, even when I would shuffle my playlist, it would always play that song over and over. And so I was like going crazy listening to it. I still think it's an amazing song, but like, I, I need like breaks in between listening to it. Bro animates better than I draw. I've been doing this since I was a kid. I've been drawing since I was a kid. I've been animating for like the last 6 years of my life. Almost 7. I started animating when I was 12, and I'm gonna be 19 in like a month. I've been doing this for a while. People always say, like, oh, I want to get into drawing, but I'm like so bad at it. And they're like, well, how do you get good at it? And I'm like, well, for me, it was drawing every single day for my entire life, and being inspired by the art that I consumed. And they're like, but how do you just like get good at it? I'm like, you have to do it every day. No one magically gets good at drawing. And it's not good comparing your artwork to other people's artwork either, because everyone has their own like trajectory and their skill. And I just get passionate about topics like this. I was gonna say, what song is this in Diamond and Pearl? I think this is when the professor is giving you a heartfelt speech about like, you should keep this Pokemon that I'm giving you. I don't know. It's been a while since I played Diamond and Pearl. I wanted to do a Nuzlocke like live on stream, and I still want to, but I don't know when I'm gonna do it. Is this done? Yeah, kinda.
I get tired of it.
Let me actually adjust the music in YouTube and then go back to OBS and do that. Yeah, there we go. Because that way, y'all can hear the animation that I'm working on too. Bro, Steven was hitting that high notes like Ariana Grande. I've been drawing since I was 4. I think probably same. But like I said, there's no use in comparing yourself to other artists. I do it too, and I get like trapped up in it like, oh, how come they're so much better at animating than I am? Or like, how come I can't do this? How I'm just not good enough to do it? And it's like, hold on. Hold on. Everyone is on their own trajectory in terms of skill. Like, I know for a fact that there are 15-year-olds who are infinitely better at animating than I am, who are better at anatomy, who are better at drawing, who have a stronger grasp on their own style. But that's them. Like, that is not me. Like, I can look at them and be like, oh, how come I'm not that good? But that's not gonna make me good. Or, like, what I want to be, or anything like that, you know? Like, I have to work on my art if I want it to be better. And comparing myself to other artists isn't working on my art. It's not helpful. It's usually only detrimental.
Because I get tired.
Okay. And then just this little tiny eye twitch movement. I think this is the Barry's theme. Plays every time he like bumps into you. By the way, I gotta say, Barry is probably my least favorite rival in any Pokemon game. I don't know, no offense to the Barry stands out there, but like, I've never encountered a more annoying rival in any Pokemon game I've played. He has no substance, personality, or arc, and he's just like, oh, his entire personality is being headstrong. And that's it. That's all he does throughout the entire game that you're playing for like 20 plus hours. Isn't that interesting? Don't you want to encounter that constantly? Why can't I animate this comic I made with complex live angles and frames that Take weeks to make and flip a clip with no animated experience. I'm working on my own webcomic right now, and I will say, working on a webcomic versus like animating within the parameters of that webcomic, very difficult. Like, I've never worked on any project that has been like as confined. Not like, I don't want to say it's like constricted. Like my abilities as an artist are constricted working on this comic. It's just different, and there's different things I can take advantage of, different things that I like can't really do, and it's very hard. Art is hard. Art is very hard, even for an artist. That's not the right color. I love this battle theme too. That's not the button. So many like repeat frames. Okay. Did I do the other? Oh, I did do this part of the eyes already.
Do your legs get tired from bouncing on my wood all night long? Because I get tired of it. I sure get tired of it.
Okay, great. That looks fine. Bro, when Amethyst, after White Diamond was over, she stared at Steven with that goofy ass face. She said, "Oh, thank you, White Diamond. I feel so much better." Had me rolling on the floor. Bro, when I watched that, because I watched Steven Universe as it was like airing, when I was in like 8th grade, I think, when that episode came out. I think like 2017. Yeah, I was in like 8th grade, and I remember just like watching it, and when White Diamond just said, "Your mom," I was laughing so fucking hard. Like, how did no one on the production team like watch that back and be like, does this read as a joke in this hyper serious scene? Does this read as like a comical moment? Hi, sorry I haven't been in past live streams. Don't even worry about it, Cosmo. We're doing great right now. Happy 4th of July. It's 4th of July. Literally me. Because I'm not celebrating it or anything. So, like, I forgot that it was 4th of July until I was talking to my friend Avery, who works at a deli. And so, like, people, obviously, it's 4th of July. They want to barbecue. They want to do a bunch of stuff. They're, you know, going out, buying cheese, buying meat, buying a ton of stuff. And I was like, yeah, how was your day? And he was like, it's been rough, man. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, 4th of July is tomorrow. And I was like, oh, I simply forgot that we were in July. Hello, somebody I know but not you. Welcome. We're just doing a little animating on the stream tonight. Gonna go ahead and just, yeah, get rid of those 2 layers, or like just get them out of the picture for right now. Here's this layer. I need to fill bucket tool some of these shadows that I just didn't do for some reason. Yeah, okay. I need to add these shadows because I think my style is like, it's a style, but I think that it lacks a lot of like variability, and I think it can also, at least in my opinion, I feel like having these shadows like creates more contrast in my animation because like I don't know, I don't have a ton of color um variety in my pieces.
Get.
I don't remember what specific song this is in Diamond and Pearl. Let me go to the 2028. Did anyone timestamp every song? Please? Oh, they did! They did in the 20... This is the rival theme? I don't remember this being the rival theme. I mean, I guess I shouldn't doubt the developers, but like... I can't believe Cartoon Network canceled SU just because Sapphire and Ruby were getting married. I think that's why I got canceled. Someone told me that's why I got canceled. So, I actually, because I'm autistic, I know exactly why Steven Universe was canceled. Because I know these things. The reason it got canceled originally was because basically it was a compromise being you can have a gay wedding in your show, but then you're not getting another season. So the last 5 episodes of season 5 were supposed to be fleshed out over the course of an entire season, which is why people say that the ending was rushed, because it was. I think for 5 episodes, they handled it pretty well. They did a lot in those 5 episodes. Oh my god, my phone alarm is going off. That scared me. But yeah, basically, it was gonna get canceled no matter what, but they had already greenlit the movie, and the movie was already, like, too far into production to cancel. So basically, they did the gay wedding, no one cared. They thought it was gonna be, like, a huge controversial thing, no one cared. Then the movie came out, and it was, like, one of the biggest, like, viewership spikes Cartoon Network has ever had in the network's history, and so immediately they were like, oh, we gotta get another season of Steven Universe! And so they did a limited epilogue series. And I think Future is an amazing season 6 for Steven Universe. Although I'm still hoping that they're gonna do another show on HBO Max sometime. I don't want another Steven Universe season, but I want like a show where like, I don't know, each episode focuses on a different character or something. You know, we get a Lars episode and a Steven episode and a Lapis episode, Peridot episode, stuff like that I think would be nice. And Rebecca Sugar has expressed interest in continuing the series, so hopefully one day we'll get something like that. Do your legs get tired from bouncing on my wood all night long? The urge to change my YouTube name from Cosmo to Oracle is so strong. You do you. Trying to see. For a second I thought your profile picture was Velvet from Has-Been Hotel, but I don't think it is. I don't have my glasses on though, so it could be. I don't know. It's just the whatever woods you have to go in with that girl with the Chansey in Diamond and Pearl. I don't know any of the music in this game. I haven't played it since I was like 14, maybe 15. Ooh, that bass line though. I already did these ones? I don't even remember doing those ones. Okay, well, I did that now, so that's good. I think I'm gonna do the color for the head and the body on separate layers, just like I did the actual animation for them on separate layers, but... I don't remember. Hold on, let me go back to the first thing so I can see what each layer is. These are line layers. Where's the color layer? Here it is. Okay, let me add another one then. It's not velvet. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna leave the stream for a bit to shower. Bye. I love you guys. Have fun in the shower. I'm barely getting into Steven Universe. I'm like in the beginning of season 2. Ooh! Okay, I'm not gonna spoil much of the show then. But Steven Universe is an amazing show. And in my opinion, I feel like season 2 is where I think it like really picks up in terms of like storyline. I love season 1 because like when I think about like just moments of pure joy that I have with the show, I think about those like season 1 just random one-off beach episodes. But I think season 2 is where they really start like going into the storyline, hinting at stuff, setting things up. And then after season 3, it's basically just like a straight shot, like story only show. I did have the colors. I was like, can I color pick everything? Yes, I did. I don't know what I'm thinking, what I'm talking about. Oh my god, what theme is this? I can't tell if that's a guitar or a bass. But it's good. Diamond Pearl music. I love the Diamond and Pearl soundtrack. Let me take a sip of my drink. My throat is hurting. I think my mom said that she was going to call me tonight, and I forgot that until right now. And I'm already streaming, so we'll see if she even remembers, but right now I'm just having too much fun streaming. I'm back. Hi, Cosmo. I know that in actual animation softwares, coloring is basically just fill bucket tool everything, but like, it is, what the hell? Oh, I didn't color up there. It is not like that in this service. Service? Software. I wish it were. You know what's crazy is that originally this video was just gonna be like static poses. Unfortunately I am me, so I of course immediately started over animating everything. White space turned pink with winter off color, yellow, blue. Disgust. I mean, that is what they do. They were not. again, I don't want to get into spoiler territory for Steven Universe because that person Chan is only in season 2, but I will say that the diamonds are not really redeemed. And they're still kind of, well, even by the end of the show, even in Steven Universe Future, when they have that one episode where they realize that people thought that the diamonds were redeemed, even though they never redeemed them, and they had to like overcorrect, and they like were doing a bunch of stuff. I still don't think they've done enough work on being better people. Even the item pickup sound. This is when Pokemon uploaded the entire Gen 4 soundtrack for streamers and people to use. And it's the entire soundtrack. All 149 songs for your listening pleasure. Do you count the item pickup sound as a song? Apparently they do. The song is called Obtained a Berry! Exclamation point. Exclamation point. I can't talk. But remember when Product called so hard I almost died. Man, I miss Steven Universe. I miss when that show was coming out. There was something exciting about like watching it when it was coming out. Especially because I got into it during like its like peak, which is like mid-season 5. And it was just like, I don't know, like there was such a backlog of like fan content and like, you know, interviews and everything that I could go to watch, and it was just so cool. I don't think I've had a show like that in a while. Like, Helluva Boss kind of. I don't really engage with the fandom for Helluva that much. I just kind of enjoy it as a animated marvel, and then watch a couple videos, reviews here and there. But like, I don't know, nothing to the degree that I was into like with what I was doing with Steven Universe. Do they spin in a 3D game? I guess they do. I don't know. I haven't played Sword and Shield or Ultra Sun in a little while. Or I haven't evolved anything, at least in either of those games. I remember playing Sword and Shield for the first time and thinking that the evolution... Like, when they showed off the evolution animation in a trailer, I was like, oh, it's so short. Clearly they just edited it down for the sake of the trailer. But no, in the game it is actually 2 seconds long, as opposed to the usual, like, 10. And I don't know. I don't like it. It feels anticlimactic in a weird way. Dude, this is a very Stardew Valley song. Or Stardew Valley-esque song. if I stream Stardew Valley, would y'all watch that? I feel like that's a very like, I don't know. Not that it's not an engaging game to stream, but things can get a little monotonous. And I enjoy that monotony. That's why I play it to like relax and stuff. But like, I don't know if that would make a good streaming game. Tsunon? I don't even know what that means. I would watch that. OMG, yes. Well, it's good to know. Engaging my audience. You should try Undertale. Not to freak out every autistic person in this chat. I have never played Undertale before. I watched the Game Grumps playthrough of it in like 2018. I don't remember the thing about it. I remember. I mean, like, I know things about Undertale. Like, I know there's the one fight with the dog where he keeps going off screen. I know there's like a chase scene sort of thing at one point. I don't know. It's very Undertale. It's very Earthbound coded. That's what I remember it being like, but I don't remember the storyline or like most character interactions or anything. I just want to say that because like I guess I technically wouldn't be going in blind, but I also don't know anything about the game, so I still feel like I would technically be going in blind. I also know, but I do know too. There's this very specific way you have to do like pacifist route and genocide route, like very specific ways, and I don't know if that would be fun if I'm playing the game with a guide the entire time. I don't know. Shrink the size of this eraser. Play Undertale now. Yes, let chat help. That is true. Who needs a guide when I have my audience? That's supposed to be hair. I couldn't remember what that little bump was. Well, I'll get Undertale at some point. I don't know how long the game is. Like, if y'all had to gauge how long the game is, how long would you say? Like, 20 hours? 5 hours? I don't know. Because, like, I compare it to Earthbound, and Earthbound is easily, like, a 40 to 50 hour long game. Like, it's one of those games where things just sort of happen over and over, and nothing is the same, but things just keep happening without escalation. But it just keeps happening for hours and hours. Also, Earthbound, I've never actually finished it. I've played it up to a certain point, but I've never finished it. I would love to play Earthbound on stream. I haven't played it since, oh my god, maybe 2 or 3 years at this point, and I just remember loving it the entire time. POV Undertale fans hearing him say, screams at your phone. 3 hours ago. Depends on the route. Genocide took me a few days. Sorry it was late. Hi, Muffin! We're talking about the optics of me doing an Undertale playthrough on stream, because I've never played it before. A few days, though? I mean, I assume you weren't playing all day, but if I had to say a few days, I would estimate that at about, like, 6 or 7 streams, which isn't that bad, but that is definitely, like, a big time commitment. I don't know, I would have to, like, plan that out when I have the time. Ice Fist is the easiest. I don't need the easiest route. I'm a gamer. I can play hard video games. I can. I'm a gamer. I'm great at video games. Remember last time I was streaming and I spent literally an hour stuck on a puzzle where I just had to organize stuffed animals in a video game? I'm great at games. What the hell is this clown-ass music playing right now? Turning this up a little bit. Big time commitment, never heard of her. You gotta win on Fortnite so you can play any game. That's true! Oh my god, I don't know if I can put it up on stream. Hold on, let me see. I took a picture of it because I was so proud of myself. Because I love Fortnite. Thank you, my wife, who is in chat, who got me into Fortnite. You've shown me the light. Where is it? But we usually play together, and in all honesty, usually they carry me. Heavy. I'm just okay at the game. They're great at it, but I'm just okay. So usually I end up ranking, I'm like usually one of the first people to die, or I get like decently far, you know? But I don't usually win anything. But I was playing the other day, and I made it to the top like 3, and it was like tensions were high. Let me download the image. And then like, it was just me and this last person, and I was on like so little health. Like I think I would, like if I got hit once, I would have died. And I don't know how I managed to avoid any of their hits, but I did, and I managed to get a fucking... Hold on, let me shrink the image. Oh my god, it's so huge. #1 Victory Royale. Look at that shit. Because I'm a fucking gamer. Also, look at the cute skin that my wife got me. It's Donatello. Donatello's my favorite Ninja Turtle. And they got it for me because they know it's my favorite Ninja Turtle. I love you. I love you, wife. But look at that. I'm a gamer. You'll love the Sans battle. All I know is that it's hard. Anyways, peace, gotta go. Keep up the good work, boy. Thank you. I can. #1 Victory Royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. Get down. We're the hottest in the world right now. Just got Tomato Town. Oh my god, get this cord away from me. I'm gonna go insane. Shout out to Loiter's wife. Literally. Shout out to my wife. There's my wife. Hold on. Wait for my wife. I'm putting heart emojis in the chat. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream tonight. I definitely want to take a shower tonight at some point. It's 8:30. I can keep streaming. Let me keep this right here. Sup? Hello, the Red Ghost. I'm just doing a little stream, talking to people while I work on a video. That's probably not gonna come out for a while. well, I don't know. I say a while, but I might release it soon. I haven't released a video in like 2 weeks, like a proper video at least. So maybe I should release something, but I don't know. I have a ton of videos that are like in the works. Um, that I've just been like casually working on in the background. Um, and I had a couple that I wanted to get out before this one. But we'll see. I like this video. It's simple and it's not taking that long to make. I'm also... I mean, I said I wasn't shading it, but I'm cel shading it, which is technically easier, but still work that I don't need to do. That I'm voluntarily doing anyways. It's currently 7:23 p.m. You're in the same time zone as my wife. I feel rather silly right now. I'm making OC ref sheets. Ooh! That sounds very fun. I don't have a ton of OC reference sheets. I have basically... just this. And these are... Here's the thing. These are reference sheets, but like, a single pose... This, I don't count this as a proper pose. Face rotations. It's not a very good reference sheet. I don't know. I need to get better at making reference sheet. I don't even have a reference sheet for my own like little character guy. I should. I don't know why I don't have one. I really should have one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the best at making reference sheets. "10:23 a.m. for me?" I was supposed to be like, "Where do you live?" Which sounds really creepy, but like, I don't even know where it would be 10 a.m. Europe, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how time zones work. I gave up on the first direction. I gave up on the first direction when doing character sheets. Character sheets are hard. I don't know like how to approach them. Since I just don't really do that. I don't remember the songs in this game being so short. Although I guess they're just kind of made to loop over and over. So they don't need to be like long. I'm also realizing that because this is technically like this is a period piece. This is me when I was like 16. 16? Yeah, because 2022. I was 16. Yeah. My hair was purple. I'm gonna have to have like purple and I'm gonna have to animate that. I don't know. I'm like, I'm being like, ugh about it as if I didn't sign up for doing this. I'm gonna have to figure out how I wanna make it look like purpley. And that should continue up there, but it doesn't, and so I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna sneeze. I keep feeling like I'm gonna sneeze, but I'm not sneezing, and I'm gonna go bonkers. It's 8:26 p.m. here. Hell yeah, we're in the same time zone. Southern Hemisphere? Oracle, I'll be very honest, that doesn't really help, but... Interesting. I don't know. I don't know how time zones work. It's 5:26 p.m. for me. Oh. So you're on, like, the West Coast, probably. One day there will be a loiter server where I can show my silly little guys, gals, and other such incredibles. I really want a loiter server. This is me compelling you to sneeze. I think it's just allergies, because, oh my god. It's been so hot here with no rain, so it's just like, the allergens are out of control. Pollen is crazy. And I've been having, like, serious allergy issues. Australia. I was about to say a whole sentence that doesn't make sense. Schnozberry. I love Rodal. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Also, your art reminds me of Mandark. I don't know what or who that is. I don't know how to do a loiter, so I didn't realize Discord would open on this screen. I don't really want to open up Discord on this screen. No offense, but I don't want to leak out my friends' Discord usernames and stuff. Installing update. Okay, girl, well, get on it. I want to go back to drawing. Usually it opens up on my monitor. Oh, it is opening on my monitor. Okay, why would you open the update screen then, over here? What the hell? I know I have my own server. Sorta. Not really, at all. I'll work on it. It's on my list of things to do. There we go. Where's my chat? Chat disappeared. There it is. May and early June had 0 rain. It sucked. It rained here a couple days ago, but before then it had been weeks, and I don't think it's gonna rain here anytime soon. And I'm dying. Y'all, I'm dying. The heat is getting bad. And my dad refuses to ever let me put on the AC. It drives me insane. Like, literally, the thermometer in our house the other day was like 80. Indoors. With all the fans on, it was 80 degrees. No one should have to live like that. One day, someday. It's coming out eventually. Here's the thing. When it comes to me making a Discord server, I need to take a sip of my drink beforehand. Ah, throat hurting, allergies. Okay. When it comes to me making a Discord server, I'm gonna have to make it like 16 plus or something. Cause like, I know that my audience is like in between the ages of like 13 to 18. That's primarily my audience, and to some extent 18 to 24. But here's the thing. I don't want to run a Discord server where I am responsible for the safety of minors. that's a very scary thought, especially as someone who had a lot of horrible things happen to me online while I was a minor. And because I was a minor, I feel I want to be able to create like a safe space, obviously, but at the same time, I know that bad people take advantages of safe spaces. So I'm still going over like how I want to operate under that like pretext, because like I don't I don't want to create a situation that is not safe. And I also, because I don't use Discord a ton, I would have to get mods and stuff to like make sure everything is okay. Um, and that's like, I mean, I don't have a huge community, but I have a community. So like, there's some level of responsibility there, and it's like I don't know if I'm gonna have the time that that responsibility requires, so I'm gonna have to figure out mods and stuff. It's a big thing that I'm thinking about, and it's on my mind just as much as, you know, I have a ton of videos to get out. I'm going to college, and there's stuff to worry about with that, and I've got a lot going on. I want to make a Discord server someday, but it's it's in its early stages of like figuring out what it will be and how I'm gonna go about it. Base, protect your audience, literally. Like, here's the thing, even if I was gonna make it like 18 plus, which by the way, that has a bad connotation, even if it was 18 plus, you know, no NSFW, no like anything basically, like no, nothing adult, I should say, in nature, even if it was gonna be 18 plus. But I also recognize that like most of my audience is not 18 plus. But I don't want like little kids, which I consider anyone under the age of like 15 and younger, you're a little kid. Even if you don't want to be talked to as such, or if you don't want to be seen as such, because I understood that. I wanted to, you know, be seen as more mature when I was that age. But like, you are a child. I am 18 and I look back at like 15-year-old me. I was a child. And y'all may not realize that to a certain extent, because you have no basis for comparison, because, you know, you are not 18 yet. But like, I don't know. It's a scary thing because I want to protect my audience. So I'm gonna try and figure it out, but we'll see how I go about that. I know some people have it locked behind like YouTube memberships and Patreon stuff. So there's like a one-time fee or whatever basically to enter it. And part of me thinks that that's kind of a good idea. I don't want to I feel bad charging for something like that, but also it does deter people to some degree. Bad people, I should say. I don't know. Lots to think about. Lots to do. I also don't know how to set up a server, so I'm gonna have to learn how to do that. Take your time, bestie. I literally only want a server so you can see an OC that everyone sims after, lol. Oh, if I create a server, it's basically just gonna be like, show me your art. Like, you know, because I watch video essays while I draw, I was watching a video essay from a girl who does a ton of like Stardew Valley like character deep dives. And she created a Discord server, and she said she had a channel that's just for like showing pictures of your pets, basically. And it's just an entire like channel full of pictures of cute dogs and cats, and like, you know, turtles and fish and frogs and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, what a lovely idea for the Discord server. Lots to think about. I want to make it contained. Like, I want to deter bad things from occurring. I want to be very on top of everything. I like this song. This is like The Giratina theme, but not quite. I don't think this is the Distortion world, but I don't know. I've never played Platinum. Yes, give me those bit crushed wind sound effects. I love realistic sounds and music. This has to be like the Dialga confrontation or something. Hmm. I constantly lie about my age to protect myself from creeps, but I always realize that I make myself too young. I always make myself 15 to 16, which is way too young. Creeps are gonna creep. That's what I'm gonna say. They shouldn't, and you should report them, but they are going to do what they want to do because they are bad people. So, do whatever you can to protect yourself from bad people. How many more frames do I have? 2. I don't know why I thought there were more. I don't have that much more. After this, only 1. Well, for the head at least. The body I still have to do, but that'll be less intensive. At least I think it will. That's not the right brush. That was the eraser. I think this is the Dialga fight thing. Not totally sure, but I think. I have a Fortnite creative map for you. I can't wait to play it with you. How to summon an ageless deity from outer space, uninterested in human interaction and only interested in art? Me, at this point. I live for art. The music is bopping. Pokemon soundtracks go hard. People don't give the Pokemon scores enough credit. Oh god, the music is going hard. I wish I didn't design myself in that other video so complicatedly. I'm using the same design from that one video that went viral of mine for when I was 16. And even though my hair did look like this, I hate that I drew it like this because like it's kind of a nuisance to animate. I want to try and get this out. If not tomorrow, like Saturday. But it'd be fun to post this tomorrow, post it as a short on Saturday or something. I don't know. This is gonna be like my last video for a little while. I'm gonna take one of my famous 2 to 3 month breaks from uploading at some point because I'm, you know, going to college, so I'm gonna need to learn what my schedule is gonna be like and how much time I can allocate to YouTube and stuff. But don't fret, because I've been working on saving up videos, so I'll have videos to post even when I'm working on college stuff. I'm getting a ton of videos that are like I'm finishing them like halfway. That way I won't have to do a ton of work on them while I'm in school to get them out. But I am gonna take a break sometime soon. I think I have like this video and I have like 2 more videos I want to get out, which are like almost done-ish, sorta. That's not the right color at all. But yeah, even when I'm on break, I'm gonna be streaming a lot. Until I'm at college, because then I don't know when I'll be able to stream really, because I'll have a roommate, so. The mustache 2022 later. Take your time and take care of yourself. Sparkle on. It's Tuesday. I don't think I have that image on this OBS setup. It's on my Minecraft one, I think. Am I getting into poetry again? Poetry's amazing. I don't think I'm very good at poetry. I tend to go more into songwriting than poetry, which, I don't know, they're very similar things, but like, it's just fun. It's a good way to vent. I have many a notes app full of poetry and songwriting. Probably hundreds, honestly.
Do your legs get tired from? Do your legs get tired?
That actually doesn't look that bad.
Do your legs get tired?
Wow.
Do your legs get tired?
Crazy. Do your legs get tired? I do songwriting and poetry, and I'm good at neither. Many a notes. Let me see. Hold on. Grabbing my phone. I organize them into like hypothetical albums or like books, titles, whatever. Just because it's also a good way to organize what like the theme of everything, so I can look back on it. Yeah, I have. What is it? One folder that is titled a collection of writing, one that's titled Gwenny, one that's titled Swiss Cheese Brain. That one has 54 notes in it. Gwenny has 30. There's one that's titled Songs No Album that has 40 in it. I've got a lot. What animation software do you use? I use Krita. It's free and pretty comprehensive, or like at least enough to get what I want to do done. Do your legs get tired? Do your legs get tired? Do your legs get tired? I don't know. I'm like looking at my like songwriting or whatever right now. I think my biggest issue is I'm just not super creative when it comes to rhyming words. At least in my opinion, I'm just not super creative on that. I think the writing itself is okay. I don't think it's bad. I think it's okay. I don't know what this is. This is definitely a chart for a Nancy Drew game, I think. Yeah, I have no idea what this note is. This should not be in this thing. Vine Boom. When I say I'm bad at songwriting, I mean 3 a.m. song about how much I hate Walt Disney. I don't know. Most of my songwriting is just me trying to vent about like exes and how I feel about stuff that's happened to me and like putting it into words. 'Cause I think I do my best like the way I can let go of feelings is just by verbalizing them. Because I tend to let things fester, and then I get very muddied on how I actually feel about them. So if I like say it out loud, then I know how I feel about it, and I can let it go. So it's good to just like write it down, because then I can let it go. Even if it's not good, it's more about just like learning to live. I put my vents into drawings. See, I wish I could do that. I'm such like a not I'm not a good I'm not a right artist. Um like I don't make tons of OCs. I don't do vent drawings. I don't know. I just like animating, and so I just keep animating. But I don't do things that like most normal artists do. Kind of slightly lower the opacity so I can tell the difference between the layers. Okay, actually a lot more than that. Um, just gonna do that so I can autofill it. Isn't this like Route 1? Why would they put this like so late into the album? It's like one of the first songs you hear. I don't know what color to make the bed. Or the blanket, I should say. Maybe red. Where's my color theory chart? I prefer Eisner, and that says a lot. Is a real line in a real song that I wrote 3 days ago. Real as fuck. Release it. Produce it and release it. Your debut single. I hate Walt Disney. I project all of my problems onto one OC. I just noticed that you were naked. Oh yeah, so this video, I saw the sound and I was like, I love custom wood burning, but I don't know how to use the sound in a video. And then I was like watching what other people were using it for, and people were like basically using it as like, you know, like why would you say that? Like shut the fuck up, like stuff like that about you know, personalized whatever they were talking about. And I was like, how can I make this relatable? And little story time. Um, so this is I guess like a drawing of the guy that I lost my virginity to. Crazy. Um, and there are things about that experience that will stick with me forever. Um, and not even because, you know, they were objectively bad or good, but because they were so odd and so strange. Because this is a very strange man. A very strange man. Um, and the thing that I still think about this, and it's what this video is like kind of themed around. I don't have the text in yet because I haven't edited that in. This man, mid-fuck, told me, like, he saw, like, scars on my leg. Trigger warning, mentions of self-harm. I have self-harm scars on my leg. And he saw them, and he said, and I quote, "Bro, that's awesome. Did you do that yourself?" Mid-fuck. What the hell are we talking about, dude? We'll talk about virginity while we sing Let It Go. Let the storm rage on, indeed. He did a ton of crazy shit. That's not even the craziest thing he did. This man did a lot of, like... I don't want to get into, like, graphic details, so I won't talk about that stuff right now. But, like, for example, after we finished, he immediately started playing FNAF in VR while I was still in his bed. And I don't mean like, oh, a couple minutes went by. No, I mean, he pulled out and put on his headset immediately. And I was just laying there, so questioning my life choices. He was an interesting man, to say the least. FNAF VR. Yeah. He was a weird man. I'll be honest. If he wasn't, like, ripped and, like, I think he was, like, 6'3", and he would, like, dirty talk in, like, Russian. There were qualities in which were why I stayed. But he was weird. And no offense to him, like, there were things going on in his own life where, like, he was coping. So, you know, I don't fault him for some of the stuff. But, you know, he was an interesting man. Interesting man. That's messed up. It was! This is why I think I literally said it at one point the other day when I was talking to my girlfriend, but I was like, I can't enjoy stuff like this unless I'm not taking it seriously. Because when I do take it seriously, then I end up in situations like I did with this man, where I'm like contemplating my life choices because he has a boy in his bed and he's choosing to play FNAF VR over the literal person in his bed. I digress. Sex is overrated. That's my point. Sex is overrated. People like this exist and are out there. Not to be pro-abstinence, but don't have sex. That's not true. Do what you want. Do it safely. And think before you do it. Because there's a chance you're gonna do it with a weird, weird man. It's so absurd. Oh, I'm only giving you the, like, the non-absurdist and, like, non-NSFW details. There were things he did, NSFW things that he did, that are so beyond me that it's like I don't even know how he did them and thought it was like, yeah, that's a normal thing to do. He also, after playing FNAF, he got piss drunk and then like passed out next to me. Yeah. Definitely an interesting time in my life. Where's my color theory sheet? I forgot what I was doing. Screaming, crying, shitting tears. I hate YouTube, and I hate rock and roll. Because I hate sex, and I hate drugs, and I hate rock and roll. I love that song. That song's so fucking good. I love Will Wood. Y'all wouldn't guess it by the way that I am generally, but I in fact love Will Wood. What was I Googling? My color theory sheet. I keep forgetting. Let me just Google. Reasons uneasiness. Maybe a chartreuse would work well for conveying my point. Nah, I'm not a big Will Wood fan. Will Wood PFP. Losing your color theory sheet is like losing your pencil. I mean, literally. Speaking of which, it is pitch dark in my room. Let me turn on a goddamn light. I didn't even realize it until right now. But it is in fact, like, pitch dark out. For me. But yeah. Tell me you're a Will Wood fan without telling me you're a Will Wood fan. I can do that. Let me see. Did I draw anything? No, I didn't. But... Whoa! I planned an animation to the song, but I never ended up doing it. Or at least starting it. I know I planned something, but I can't remember what it was. I don't know. One of my a million animations that I'm slowly working on behind the scenes. Disney World 4th of July fireworks are happening outside. Murder me. No, literally, people are shooting them out, like, right now, too, and I'm... God, it's so just, like, going crazy. Like, putting aside the ethics of the 4th of July, like, wow, we're celebrating the day that exclusively white men gained independence in a country. Like, a world superpower, like, basically flipped off another world superpower in the sake of, like, colonization and stuff like that. Putting aside the ethics of the 4th of July, because I know that currently it's more so just, you know, a reason to get together, you know, throw in a barbecue, be with family, stuff like that. I get that. I'm kind of over fireworks. I used to really like them as a kid, but now they just give me migraines, and also they're annoying as hell. Not to mention the environmental effects of fireworks, how they affect wildlife, the amount of wildfires that they start. I think we kinda, as a society, need to move beyond fireworks. In my opinion. The drawbacks, like, the pro is, ooh, pretty colors, and the drawbacks are like, well, thousands die of wildfires, and, you know, tens of thousands of species of wildlife are affected by this. It can really be bad for people with PTSD and audio sensory issues, and like, I don't know, as a society, does it make sense? Do it in the privacy of your own home in a soundproof room. But if you actually do the medieval times things, you will hate the one in Florida. Fireworks every night, Disney to blame. That was true. I remember I was watching a Jenny Nicholson video, and she was saying, like, I can't remember what the context was, but she was saying that, like, they have fireworks spectaculars every single night, and I'm like, oh my god. That has to be horrible for light and sound pollution. Like, that has to be bad. I started rewatching How I Met Your Mother, because it's on Netflix now. And I gotta say, maybe it's because I haven't really watched it since I was like a kid. I remember them being very willing to make jokes at the expense of trans people. Like, for a show that like actually has like some good gay characters that aren't just stereotypes, and like they like kind of normalize, gay marriage and gay people adopting kids back when, I mean, this show's real old, like early 2000s. So like at a time when it was like not the most well accepted thing, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And like an episode later, someone will just drop the T slur, and I'm like, whoa, well, we didn't have to do that. It's just so weird because like outside of the random transphobic stuff, How I Met Your Mother has such good characterization and is like such a masterclass in like storytelling and how to plan out a show. Like, it's so just like, God, the storytelling's really good. But like, it's just like, I don't know. I don't love the way that they make jokes about at the expense of trans people, specifically lesbians too. Specifically lesbians. And a lot of like low-key misogyny of like, the other, like the main female characters, which are very clearly written by men, like treating other women like they're like less than. It's weird. I think most of the fault of that show comes from the fact that I'm like 99% sure that show is written exclusively by straight cis white men. No offense to straight cis white men, but it's very clear when a woman is not written by a woman. That's all I'm gonna say. I was not on the right color. Oopsie. Ooh, this is vibrant as hell. I didn't realize that. Well, actually, that's fine. It's so male writer core. No, literally, the entire time I've been watching it, I'm on season 4 right now, and I'm like, it has to be projection and like self-inserting, because the main male character, Ted, he has no personality. Like, I'm sorry, but he is just a man. Why is every, like, female character getting so up in arms about this person? Like, he is a man! And he's not that good looking. No offense to the actor, but, like, they don't style him in any way where they, like, make him an individual with a personality. Like, they dress him in, like, the worst way possible. His hair is horrible all the time. And his personality is gratingly annoying. And I'm supposed to buy into the fact that, like, oh, people are falling in love with this man? No. I would I wouldn't be friends with this man, let alone date him. He's just like, oh my god. He's just a guy. Literally, like, here's the thing. Barney being like a womanizer or whatever, I understand that's his like character, and then they actually like give him more depth in later seasons, and they like really tone down his misogyny, and they really tone down his literal sexual harassment, and they like actually change him as a character. That's good. I don't like that they had him being a misogynist sexual harasser in the first place. I don't like the fact that they made jokes about him like sexually harassing lesbians. Don't love that. But the fact that they went out of their way to make him stop doing that and have him grow as a character shows that like they acknowledge that it's bad, even if they probably don't fully understand all the reasons why it's bad. But like that's a character and a character arc, and Ted doesn't have that. He's just a guy the entire show who's not fun, who's barely funny, and who I just can't really understand why on earth women would ever go for a guy like him. Like, girl, why would you self-harm like that? By dating a man. You can do so much better. I don't remember how I animated this. I don't know why my throat is sore. It's sore in a weird way. And it's probably because I was, like, on the phone for way too long yesterday. And I was, like, I wasn't screaming, but I was, like, passionately talking. And so that's probably why my throat is hurting today, but, like, I wish it wasn't. Would love it if it could just, like, go away. Oh my god, I forgot I had this. I have my insurance card. I had to get one because apparently I just didn't have one, and I went to the doctor's the other day and I like panicked when they asked for it. Luckily I had pictures of my dad's one, so it worked anyways, but like it was scary. I panic in situations like that when they're like, "Do you have your insurance card?" And I'm like, "I don't know what that is. I'm here alone because I'm an adult now." That was terrifying, by the way. I went to the doctor's, first of all, drove myself there by myself because I have my license now. Went to like check myself in and everything by myself. I I had to communicate to a doctor about what I needed for the first time. Well, not for the first time, but like for the first time by myself. And it was scary. I hate not even confrontation, but I hate I get stressed out when I have to talk to other people. It is scary. As a writer, animator, and soon-to-be show creator, I try to make all my characters equally flawed and positive as possible while still making them unique. That's definitely something. I mean, I'm going to school. I'm majoring in animation and creative writing. So hold on. Open model sheets. These are all some of my characters. And I try to make them flawed. I have their entire storylines generally planned out, and believe me, these two little, hold on, let me open them up so you can you can look at them. These little lesbians, their storyline is, whew, it's juicy. I've been working on it for a while. It's whew, it's gonna be fun. But I try to make them flawed, but without making them like bad. Like, you know, this is Tess. She's very overzealous and overconfident, while still having a lot of her own insecurities. This is Honey. She's very, like, headstrong, maybe a little, like, she doesn't fully think through what she's doing. Like, impulsive, I should say. She's very in tune with the trends in modern culture. She's a fashion designer, or at least she wants to be a fashion designer in the canon of my story. This is a horrible face, by the way. This should not be in the reference sheet. But like their whole love story is gonna be very like cutesy, and then dramatic, and then like I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, but like pink diamond shoes. No, that's literally the reason. I was looking at her design. I was like, there's just something that's not fully done yet, and I was like, oh, Tinkerbell, pink diamond shoes, have to do it. Me, but I make everyone terrible. Let me see. Where's my? This is my only OC where I feel like it's sort of me venting through an OC. Because I was like trying to think about. I liked this character, but I think when I was like writing everything, his entire presence in the story was relative to his sister, basically. Like they're twins, but like adopted, obviously, but like they are twins, and they're very relative characters to each other. But I didn't think he had enough defining personality traits, and the storyline, I don't think this is very spoiler territory. I think, you know, it's gonna happen, so, you know, doesn't matter. And it's gonna be over the span of a long time, so whatever. But I want to have a aromantic character and talk about, like, being aromantic and being in relationships, how people navigate that. Because there's so little aromantic representation, and what little aro representation there is, it's usually aro ace. Which, by the way, there's barely any aro ace representation to begin with. But, you know, I have the opportunity to change that. So, having an aromantic character and talking about him being in relationships, how he navigates that, how he feels about things. But yeah. It's very... I don't know, I don't want to, like, give story details away or whatever, because, you know, I have the entire webcomic thought out. I know what's gonna happen, but, like, there's no way to really talk about it without fully divulging what it's about. But, like, they're flawed, and I try to really acknowledge that acknowledge their flaws, and I have a lot of scenes that are just about, it's literally just basically the characters, like, reflecting on themselves. I have an entire chapter that's just them, it's just them on their motorcycle, just riding through, and the entire chapter is just them talking together. It's Tess and I guess I exited out of Jake's model sheet. Just Tess and Jake on a motorcycle, and they're just talking. And I don't know. I think it's okay writing. I'm gonna have to revise it, obviously, but like, you know, I like writing. I don't know. I like art. Art is awesome. What the hell song is this in a soundtrack? Club banger. Honey honestly is so mecore. All my OCs are vents, and that's why they're horrible people. I have one OC that's like a vent, and that would probably be like Jake. But I don't know. Jake is also a situation where it's like I have plans for him. I haven't worked out how I want to execute the plans, and also I think I need to make him more of a character. Because as of right now, he's probably the least developed of my core cast, and he's literally one of the main characters. All of my OCs have a pinch of my personality in them. Character-based stories, plot-based stories. I would say Westward, which is the webcomic, is very much a character-based story. Like, it has a plot, and I think the plot is interesting, but it's only interesting as it pertains to the characters. Like, it's a character drama. So, you know, it naturally it just is that way. But yeah, I'm gonna work on it basically all throughout college, I think. My plan is to sketch out all of the panels in a sketchbook, basically, you know, when I have free time for just sketch practice and everything, work on that, and then go over it digitally, work on fully making the comic. I don't think I really want to start releasing anything about it until, like, maybe until it's just done. Because, like, I don't know, I get so in my head about, like, schedules and release dates and everything, and I'm not in the mood to do that with this. So I think I'm gonna try and just fully finish it, and then release it chapter by chapter, and do what I want to do with it. You mentioned this a bit ago, but Arrow characters are never represented. Literally. I feel like aromantic representation, and to some extent Ace representation too. I'm not Ace, so I don't really want to speak on how Ace representation is done, but I can speak on the fact that there's not enough of it. But like, yeah, there's just not enough representation, and there's not enough representation of the nuances of these identities. Like, you know, with Tess, I think that like there's lesbian representation. There's not a ton of lesbian representation of women of color. Just saying that, which is why, like, specifically, I wanted to make, because I knew I wanted a sapphic relationship for Honey, and originally there was only Jake, and then I was thinking, I was like basically watching like videos of like lesbian creators and talking about lesbian representation, how there's just not a ton of sapphic representation with women of color, and I was like, that is so right, and like that is literally the reason I created Tess, basically. And originally my plan was to have Jake be non-binary and be like a representation of how I feel about my gender, but I scrapped that kind of early on because I'm not fully figured out how I want to go about that, how I want to talk about that in a character. So, well, I do think I want to do that someday. I'm putting that on the back burner for right now. So I decided instead it'd be easier to talk about, you know, having an Arrow character and talk about stuff like that. But yeah, most of my little characters are gay. I have a whole little plan, because their adoptive father, they had like he has like an ex that he's like jaded about dating and stuff, and he has like this ex that he's gonna like fawn over, and there's gonna be like I planned out like mini comics about him dealing with that stuff, and I was like, should I make that man bisexual? but how would I make him bisexual? And how would I go about that? And what would I do? I don't know. I have plans. I have lots of plans. And ultimately, what I've decided is like, I want to go just like the hell of a boss route of like doing things and then like working on how I can make these characters like well-developed characters. And not just like force something to happen for the sake of it happening. Luz? I haven't watched Owl House, I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that. Luz is like the only sapphic woman of color I can think of, and that makes me sad. Literally. Like, when I think of like gay representation, I am so tired of white gay men being just like the barrier, basically. Like, oh yeah, we have gay characters, this random white twink, and it's like, oh my god. Like, you know, okay, it's important to represent white twink too, I guess. We have a lot of them already. We have Heartstopper, we're good. Which, by the way, shouldn't even be a white twink. That character is canonically mixed, so the fact that they have a white actor portraying him is kinda fucked. But yeah, there needs to be more sapphic representation, more women of color in said sapphic representation, which technically there is in Heartstopper. There is a sapphic relationship with a black woman, or not woman, girl. They are teenagers in the story. I'm thinking woman because I'm like, the actors are like adults. But yeah, I don't know. There's just we need more representation. And even in my crazy world that's gonna have like alien-ish creatures and like different sentient species and designs of characters and stuff, I'm still gonna, you know, do good representation. Because I hate when people do representation under the guise of like, oh, look how much good representation we have, but then it's like a non-human character. Like, yeah, we have a non-binary character, and then like pan over and it's like a robot or something. And it's like they get away with it being non-binary because it's literally not human and doesn't have a human concept of gender. And I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you right now. Like, it's so annoying. They did it in oh my god, my allergies. They did it in fucking Young Justice, and I was about to kill the showrunners. And like, they have a character whose mind is basically like wiped and replaced with a sentient robot, and then like they identify as non-binary afterwards, and I'm like, oh my god. You can just have her be non-binary. Them, sorry. I'm saying her because I'm like, the girl doesn't exist anymore. And I'm thinking in terms of like, the girl. And the girl had her brain wiped or something. I don't know, it's a complicated thing. They're a mother box now, and mother box are like sentient portal generators. It's weird. It's DC lore that doesn't make sense. The only thing that I actually liked that they did, which by the way, this character's name is Halo. The only thing that I liked what they did with Halo is the fact that they went out of their way. I am not a robot. Preach, Marina. They went out of their way because the girl robotification was Muslim, and they went out of their way to have to have Halo after like having this huge like, you know, mind-wiping transformation. Like, Halo went to their former like parents and were like, they had a whole conversation like, I want to learn about who I was, I want to learn what Islam means to me, and like a whole big thing. And I was like, that is actually like a really interesting thing to do with this character. Why was this not the basis of what you were doing? I don't know. Young Justice is great for a lot of representation. It's the only mainstream show I've seen that has like actual like polyamorous representation, which is so it was so crazy when I saw it because they just do things. They don't like announce that they're gonna do it. They just like do it casually, and it always catches me off guard. They made someone who like I kind of just assumed was like Ace, and then he was just like, "Hi, this is my husband," and I'm like, "That's news to me." We time skipped over him getting married? We time skipped over Lagoon Boy being in a polyamorous relationship? Like, what are we doing here? That was why in Dead End Paranormal Park they made the demon Courtney female instead of Envy. Hello. Hi, specifically random weirdo. I just got done sobbing after rewatching Hamilton for the 68th time. What I miss? I'm complaining about bad representation and like, I don't know, different. Let me see if I can pull this up on stream right now. Hold on. Get that out of my screen. Lagoon Boy, polyamor. Also, it's a little weird they call him Lagoon Boy even after he's like clearly not a child anymore. Polyamory. Let me see if I can like find. Yeah, he's in a bi-polyamorous marriage, which I understand it's like a whole thing is because he's Atlantean or whatever. He's from Atlantis, and that's just like a part of their culture. Open image in new tab. Here we go. It's weird that they say Lagoon Boy to me. That is a man. I can't remember if they call him just like Lagoon or something at some point. I don't remember. I haven't rewatched Injustice in quite a long time actually. I should rewatch it. I should add it to my DC rewatch list. And like here's the thing. Great that this exists. Like I love that they have polyamorous representation. Would love it if they could just, you know, have it with regular human characters and not, you know, fantasy Atlantean characters where you have just like, you know, stereotypical man and woman and then monster. You know, I don't know. That goes back to my whole like having proper representation with human characters, specifically human characters. I love Polyrep OMG. Courtney was supposed to be Envy. I haven't watched Dead End Paranormal Park, but I know that they have some decent representation in there. It's so cool when it's not even announced. I love that OMG. I like that they have it. I just think that it's also like it does fall into that thing of like, okay, not a human character. Also like it's not played off as like, you know, this is just a normal thing. It's played off as, oh, it's Atlantis culture. And it's like you can just have them be in a polycule. You don't have to excuse it. It's like where they they could only have a non-binary character if they made a robot become a human. Like, you can just have Halo be Envy. You don't have to like go in this like ass backwards way to do it. And I understand it makes sense within the DC canon, but like when you make the most interesting thing about your sentient robot box becoming a human character, how they deal with like how they feel about Islam, which is very interesting. When you make that more interesting than the fact that they are a sentient robot portal creator box that became a human person, how can you make that so fundamentally uninteresting? That's impressive almost. My throat is hurting. Originally envy in the comics, but the creator found out about the whole non-human equals envy trope being so problematic. She decided to make her gender to gender the actor. I get that. See, that's the thing too, where like I have for my like show pitch or whatever that I work on in the background, there's a character that I have where two of the main characters are specifically human characters that are then turned more into like I should say like avatars. And my issue is that like one of the avatars was one of the characters was black, but it's that issue of like black characters can't just be black where I'm like I don't know how to go about that. I don't want to whitewash them. So I think I might just redesign them to like maintain their race. Or like the way that like Has-Been handles it, where like white characters are the color white, and then like people of color have like gradually darker skin tones. Where like it's coding that doesn't erase their race in a way, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's very much still like in the process of making it. Take care of your throat, wah. I'm drinking my juice. I think it's weird because it's, erasure, but I see where they're coming from. See, that's the thing, it's like, I don't want to, like, you don't want to engage in erasure, but you also don't want to engage in negative tropes, so it's all about, like, proper representation. Like, I think the issue I run into with my show pitch is that there are two human characters and the rest are more like corporeal beings. Gulping noises ASMR. And like I don't know, I just don't want to do bad representation. That's my main thing. But yeah, love Lagoon Boy. I'm glad that he's in his little polyamorous throuple. Forgot that they were dating. That's another thing too, where like representation aside, Young Justice has this little bit of a writing issue where like they do so much off screen and then just like go about it like it's like the audience just knows about it. Like they get together off screen and previously she's dating him. But like they just don't like address it really. It's weird. But yeah, little rant about that show over. Young Justice is a great show. Tons of representation. Y'all should watch it. I really like helping out indie shows. It's fun. I haven't done any actual animation work in a little bit. Let me... Forgot I was, animating. I have to color you in right there.
Get...
Oh, that is a part of this. Okay, I can erase it on that later then. Here we go. I played Diamond and Pearl for like 80 hours, and I don't know where any of these songs are from. Fireworks are going off. I'm gonna go insane. I do like this one though. This one's jaunty. Jaunty little tune.
Do your legs get tired from bouncing on my wood all night long?
I keep forgetting that that is the sound that I'm animating right now. Let me... Purple. Let me... Trying to see how I'm gonna go about this. Let me do like that. And then like this. I want to have it in like layers. And then this is the mid one, so I can like readjust how I need it to be. Or no, that isn't the mid one. I can't remember. I guess I'll just make this entire thing purple down here, actually. This is how I had my hair. I had my hair dyed purple, like a queer little child. 16-year-old me with my gay little haircut, my gay ass little purple hair. Oh my god, what am I missing in chat? Hold on. Good ace rep is really fun to find. I want to do ace rep in my show, but I don't know how I want to go about it as of right now. So we'll see. Or not my show, my webcomic is what I meant. I have characters in mind, but we'll see. OMG musicals, every Star Kid musical. Oh yeah. Literally, I posted a short today that was just like, fit check. Cause it's like, I had an outfit on that was literally Stephanie from Nerdy Prudes Must Die. I remember I pointed it out to my wife the other day when I was wearing it, and I was like, I think I'm accidentally cosplaying it. I think it's giving me like gender euphoria right now. It's crazy. I'm gonna force my mom to watch, but I'm a cheerleader one day. Do it. I've never actually watched it, but I watched like a ton of clips of it in my GSA when I was in it. We went to like a little convention thing for a bunch of GSAs, and one of the things like there was like a course or whatever panel was like representation in film and like the history of it. I thought that was pretty cool, and it was like a bunch of like college kids that were like they were like super like hyped to like I don't know like educate like queer youth on like history of representation and stuff, and I was like, that's fucking cool that you're doing that. I don't remember what I was doing. Here we go. Okay. I really couldn't remember how I was going about it, but just like kind of like
Yeah.
that. Okay. Yeah.
It's
Like a
like
little hair. Now I get the color. I should make like a coloring book. Those are not that hard to make. It's just like line art. I don't know, I think that'd be fun, making some coloring pages. Let me make my brush size a little bigger. Trying to do as much representation as possible. My friend said it's a little too much representation. No such thing. There's shows like Steven Universe out there, which like basically every character is a form of representation for something, whether it's like a minority group or like neurodivergent people or different forms of mental illness. The whole point of like Lapis's character is because Rebecca Sugar wanted to like write an abuse victim that's like nuanced. Like it's not just like she didn't want to write just like the perfect victim, which I think is a really good thing that like should be in children's media, is like dismantling the idea that like yeah, there are abusive relationships, and there is no such thing as like perfect abuse victim. And I think that Rebecca Sugar did a pretty good job. But yeah, do as much representation as you want. Again, also, it's literally your thing that you're doing. So like, you obviously take constructive criticism to heart, but if you want to do representation, just do representation. I've never watched She-Ra. I know that's crazy because I'm gay, but shockingly, I've never watched She-Ra or Owl House or like a ton of like shows that people say are like really great for representation. Let me go in here. That's not the right one. Let's correct some little animation. It was. Okay. Everything else looks good in that film. I need them to stop shooting off fireworks. Immediately. I feel like I'm going silent because I'm focusing on the work. I need to look at chat. Shiro was literally the reason I found out queer people existed. I grew up in a sheltered household, don't blame me. I feel like the thing for me was that, like, I knew gay people existed, but I didn't realize I was gay for so long because I didn't watch children's media where I saw, like, you know, kids, like queer kids in children's media. It was always like adults. So like in my head I was like, that's like an adult thing, I guess. Like, you know, there are gay people and they're adults. Like I couldn't possibly like be gay even though I really think about boys an awful lot. Like way more than a straight person would. Um, which is why I think it's important to have queer kids in children's media as well. Because I wasn't, let me tell you, I wasn't relating to Mitch and Cam from Modern Family. Can't believe I had to have this gay little hair. It's annoying to draw. I will stifle my self-expression if it means I'm easier to draw. TV Starlaggin. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Um, FNAF was also my first fandom. My first gateway to me finding out that if I didn't like the way a story was written, I could just rewrite it myself. I've never actually written fan fiction, like properly written fan fiction. I've written like joke fan fiction before. I don't know. The only time I've ever had the urge to, or like even the urge to read fan fiction, was like recently. It was from the new Hell of a Boss episode, the first like proper lesbian couple with Martha and the teacher lady, where I was like, oh my god, I love that. That's so cute. I need an entire miniseries immediately. That's what I meant to do. There you go. And I was just like waiting for people to like write fan fiction. I don't know. I've stifled myself from reading any Hell of a Boss fan fiction because I know that like from what I've heard, fan fiction writers for the show, uh, don't tend to always have the best grasp on what the characters are. And they end up mischaracterizing them in very not fun ways. I think this is the Elite Four music. I don't know though. That's not the right layer. Here we go. The last frame for the hair. Finally, thank God. My first gateway to horror was Smile HD. I was 6. I don't know what that is. Gay Hair Part 1. Fanfic is the only thing I write except for like 2 things. I write video essays, personal essays, and you know, my webcomic and stuff like that. Believe me, I'm working on a video, like a cumulative? That's not the right word. I can't think of the right word. An all-encompassing video essay that covers every single episode of Scooby-Doo and every single movie of Scooby-Doo and like every video game and board game, like, because it's my special interest. And it's very comprehensive. It's 16 pages, which if you want to talk about like video length, it's like a 2 or 3 hour video. And I'm only on the first 10 episodes of the first season of the first show. So, you know, I'm going pretty in depth, and I've been writing it for like 2 years. I've been on and off on it because it's a very taxing project. But I'm also, you know, writing the webcomic, doing my animations. That video will come out eventually someday. I'm gonna rewrite massive portions of it because once I become a better writer, I know I'm gonna look back on the other writing and be like, ew, cringe, I need to delete it. But I still think I made points.
Tired.
Let me make sure this looks right.
Your legs get tired.
Hold on.
Do your legs get tired?
No. Creative is this thing where like it'll skip frames at the beginning when you play.
Do your legs get tired from bouncing? Do
That
your
looks
legs
fine.
get tired from bouncing on my?
That looks fine.
Do your legs get tired from bouncing?
Also, I like my little animation touches where I say, do your legs get tired? And so I lower my leg down like it's getting tired.
Do your legs get tired from bouncing?
I'm such a good animator. Martin Teacher Lady OMG, I shipped them before the episode and it literally gave me a heart attack. Why is watching those Stolas as a hypocrite videos actually kind of entertaining? Help. Here's the thing, where it's like, I think they both patronize each other, but I think it's like, I think it's like one of those things where like, you know, Blitz is like realizing his insecurities in the relationship and how he's done Stolas wrong. And I think they're setting it up for Stolas to do the same thing because like every single time where he's confronted with actual things he does, he avoids it and he'll change the subject deliberately. And like the way that they frame it too, like that line where he says like, when have I ever looked down on you? And it's literally framed as him towering over Blitz, like screaming this at him, and I'm like, oh my god, shout out to that storyboard artist who did that. It's so good. I can't wait for them to acknowledge it. They both need to be better people before they can be in love. I'm excited for season 3, for them to, you know, make them normal people.
Do your legs get tired from bouncing on my?
I actually like how that looks. That's crazy.
Bouncing on my wood. Do your legs get tired from bouncing on my wood all night long?
Okay, now that that's done, I can merge the color layers. Merge. and now save the file. First gateway to horror was it for Roblox Horror Story? My first gateway to horror was my siblings watching Scream when I was 6 years old while I was in the room. Wasn't great, didn't like it. It was very scary to me. I think the biggest issue is that, like, I used to find the Ghostface mask terrifying. Like, beyond it just being a horror movie, like a slasher, whatever, as a kid, I found the Ghostface mask so fucking scary. Like, whenever I would go to Party City with my parents for whatever reason, they would have it up at the back, like, you know, because they would sell it as a costume. And I would have to avoid going to the back of the store because it would scare me so much. That was my, like, gateway into horror. So the audio goes that you've never heard it? Do you not follow Custom Wood Burning on TikTok? That lady is amazing. Everything she says is like a perfect audio for an animation.
Bouncing on my wood. Do your legs get tired from bouncing on my wood all night long? Because I get tired of it. I sure get tired of it.
I love Custom Wood Burning. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this layer, but I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of this because I don't need it. Now I have to go in, and this is my duplication layer, right? I'm like going in and adding like color correction, basically. It doesn't need to look perfect, but it just needs to look like, you know, good. Good enough, I should say. Like when I do this, it should look, yeah, it looks color corrected. That's what I'm going for. It should look in tune with this. I'm gonna add the cell shading as well. But I have this one color corrected too, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I need to go in and color correct the shit out of this. Okay, there we go. Now let's go in frame by frame and touch it up. I can't believe I thought this video was gonna take like a day to make. I mean, I know I've been only working on it for 2 days, but this is still a ridiculous amount of work for what was supposed to be like a fast-paced little kind of semi-shit post. This is too much work. You ever watched Custom Wood Burning? Oh, Muffin, do yourself a favor. I mean, you can probably look up some compilations on YouTube and stuff, but like, she is so funny. She does like custom wood burnings on TikTok Live. Um, like people order something and then she wood burns it. And people like send her stuff in her PO box. And it is a character that she plays up. Like, she's an actual person behind the character, but like there's a ton of like inside jokes in her community of like people sending her stuff that like the character has stated that she doesn't like and stuff like that. There was a picture of a baby that she didn't like, and then someone sent her a blanket with the picture of the baby on it. Very goofy stuff like that. And she also has a very like specific voice.
Bouncing, 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 bouncing on my wood. Do your legs get tired from bouncing on my wood all night long?
She's like in her early 20s. I thought she was like 40, based off her voice. She's like really young, and I didn't know that. Until I saw like a regular video of hers, at least. I like doing these streams. They're a lot more chill. Doing a little less commentary than normal, but like, I don't know. I just get to like hang out and talk. Is the music done? Hello? Where'd it go? Where is it? Oh, I listened to it all. I don't know if this video has ads on it though. It doesn't. I didn't know they did the Gen 3 sound library. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and just listen to this. Gen 3's music slaps. It's mostly trumpets, but like, it's still good. What does the duplication layer do? I just duplicated it because it's an easy way to, color correct, basically. So I duplicated it and then I fill bucketed it to a specific color, and that way when I turn down the opacity of the color, it like, just, it adjusts the color of the layer properly. I know there's better ways to do that, but it's just a simple way that I do it. And it doesn't take that long, so I have Gen 3, like on a cartridge. This music is like nostalgic for me at this point. It's weird to say because I'm not a 30-year-old who grew up with this game. Oh, look at that, like, oh god, that 8-bit sound font through the GBA. Am I EP? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little EP. I still have stuff to do tonight, though, so, it is what it is. I gotta power through the EP-ness. I just looked up a compilation and we'll post, look at this, after the stream. Slay! Randomly, you seem like a fan of Daisy and the Scouts. I've only ever heard Wet. I'm just a normie. But I like the song, so I'm sure they're a great band. Just remember the Boxcar Kids. What, like in memoriam?
Get.
Um, I never read those books. I know we had them in my house as a kid. I think my siblings read them, but I never did read them growing up. Hello?
Get.
Did I not properly finish the color on this layer? I'll look at it once I'm done doing all of this. I thought I did, but I guess, it's very possible I missed something. Did you ever notice this, 8-bit sound font that they try and use? It's very stylistic. In, a good way. Okay, now I have to go look at these frames individually. Yeah, no, I missed this. I don't know how. Weird.
Get.
Okay. We also go in and do this. Okay. There we go. Let's lower that down to 20. But yeah, it just adjusts the color perfectly. Perfectly-ish. Here we go. Here's the first. The cell shading layer. That's the wrong color. I just don't want it around the face. It's the main thing. Okay. That doesn't interfere at any point. That looks good. Okay. Gonna go ahead and make it look normal now. I promised myself I wouldn't do shading because I thought it would take too long. But I ended up doing cell shading. I am nothing if not committed to overworking myself. And it would look so good to have like a highlight in the cell shading. God damn it. I hate loving art. I listen to them on audiobook. I tried out color correction and OMG, it's heavenly. It's fun. It works too for like lighting and scenes. Like you have a scene where, using color theory, you want to set the scene using your colors, and then you can color correct your characters to that color, and it works. It also, for lighting and stuff, it helps greatly too. Why am I using the eraser tool? This is so much faster. Oopsie. That's why I was using the eraser tool, because the selection tool gets weird. Selection tool can be kind of annoying, actually. Listening to high quality rips of these songs, I didn't notice there's like a really nice like drum beat to the back of the song. I'm glad that the Pokemon Company just like posted this. No, it's not how it should look. Okay, well this should be here. This should start out there. Interesting. I don't know why I thought this just wouldn't line up like that. I'm weird. I'm weird. This is all a me thing. Me being weird. There's the trumpet. Well, that's a trombone, but like still. Did I ever tell y'all, I used to play trombone in the band when I was in middle school? I didn't do band in high school, but I was a trombone player. And I can kind of still sort of remember how to play the trombone. Process of animating is so long. I don't know, selection tool is annoying me. I'm gonna just use the eraser for a little bit. Silly orc noises. Look, I changed it. I didn't even realize that. It updated like live in chat. Damn it. That was like so perfect up until the end. I like doing things in one brush stroke. Damn it. Work. Work in one brush stroke.
Let get
Okay.
get
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna go in with the selection tool, and it'll be easier to use it. Yeah.
let
Great. Great. I love animating. I've been silent. How long have I been streaming? Almost 3 hours. I didn't realize that. That's probably why I'm a little out of it. It's late. I've been streaming for a while. Throat kinda hurts in a weird way. Not a normal way. Like a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. I think I used this yellow. That was my...
bounce on my wood. Bouncing on my wood.
No, you can kind of tell. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care that much. I do care that much, but I'm not gonna let myself care that much.
Bouncing on my wood.
Here we go. Okay. Okay. And everything's still looking at little like blocks. Yes. Okay. I have no idea what this song is from. I played the Gen 3 games so much. I don't know what this song is from. It's gonna look perfect. My ship post is gonna look perfect. I gotta go to bed. Good night, chat. Good night. Muffin, I like haven't been reading chat. Extantar, hello. And hello, Velvet. And somebody I know but not you came back as well. So many people. I am exhausted. I think the reason I'm so out of it is because it's so hot in here. Like, the heat is driving me crazy. Hold on, let me take I have like an outer shirt on right now. Taking it off. I just like the way that it looked. But function over aesthetic right at this point. Wearing a crop top right now, that's probably better than wearing an overshirt in this heat. Perfect-ish, not really. It looks fine. Never mind, god damn it. Forgot to do the stupid... Hello? There we go. I hate that this is how Twitter works and it doesn't just automatically do this for me. It won't just create a frame the way it will if you erase something, if you select it. And I know that if you don't know how Creator works, that doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me, and I hate it. Oh, damn it. Oh. Actually, that might work out. Yeah. There we go. Now it'll be easier to go in by hand and do all this. Let me actually make my darker outline a little more present so I can see what I'm looking at. There's no way I don't miss little things. Yeah. I'm feeling like maybe I should end the stream. Honestly, I think I'm just kind of tired right now. So I might end the stream. This is fun though. Talk to people. Been working on a video. Yo, this might come out tomorrow. If it doesn't, it'll come out in a couple weeks. But I'm trying. I'm aiming for tomorrow. So yeah. This is great. This is fun. I'll see y'all later.